Huge warning, everybody. Brad Garlinghouse and Trump, the war on crypto. We went from a couple years ago, everybody battling against crypto, to now a pro-crypto White House. And now you're starting to see the talking heads on the news stations like CNBC. We're going to watch a 5-minute clip, parrot information, indoctrination to the public. Remember, television, tell you a vision. It's a programming channel that programs information, and it's a channel that channels the information that they want. Go look to see who owns the largest media stations in the world. So when you listen to this CNBC interview that Good Morning Crypto showed, I want you to ask yourself with discernment. Just sit there and close your eyes and listen to this lady speak and ask yourself, does it feel like truth that she's speaking? The fake intensity and the bashing of the cryptocurrency, and it doesn't even feel genuine. Then we're going to watch a clip from Trump after he rang the bell. And ironically, Jim Cramer, the guy who's been sounding the bell against crypto, tells you you're an idiot and then is telling you it's the best buy. They're all over the place. This is a moment in time where discernment is very, very important. And the best way to know if you're being played is to get your shit together, spiritually, physically, and mentally. So let's dive right in. Hopefully the auto's good. I'm in a different location. So let's check this out right here. Okay, so this is the first one I want to show you here. So Good Morning Crypto posted this. And MSNBC airs a hit piece on crypto investors. So we know 60 Minutes, right, came out with their little hit piece, and then now they're continuing the charade. So now you're going to start to see the last ditch effort, but just listen with discernment. I'd love to hear your comments down below. If this feels genuine, if you really think she knows what she's talking about with crypto.
And in the new Congress, a Senate Republican, I want you to please pay attention to this. I know you want to tune out, but please don't. They plan to propose a bill that would sell off some of the Federal Reserve's gold to buy Bitcoin. Watch this.
Have we got a president for President Donald Trump? Here it is. This is the Bitcoin Reserve Bill. Over 5 years, the United States will assemble 1 million Bitcoin, 5% of the world's supply. And it will be held for a minimum of 20 years and can be used for one purpose: reduce our debt.
Okay, so let's stop for just a moment. Okay, watch my video from yesterday on my YouTube channel. I show you the top 5 holders in Bitcoin. So do you really think the lady that is watch on CNBC, do you really think she understands, is going deep and saying, okay, the top 5 holders in Bitcoin? Okay, you got US, you got, is it Grayscale, right? Grayscale. You got BlackRock, you have Satoshi Nakamoto, and you got MicroStrategies. These are all American companies.
Well, Cynthia Lummis, you can take that bill and sit down with me any night of the week, and I would love to go through every word, every paragraph, every page.
Please do.
But I'd first like to know how much the crypto industry has given you, because for fact's sake, you cannot pay debt down with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin crosses the $100,000 mark, like it did last week, that means it would cost the government at least $100 billion. And former SEC official John Reed was on 60 Minutes last night to sound the alarm about just how dangerous this industry is.
Crypto is a scourge. It's not something that you want in your society. It has no utility. It's just pure speculation. Remember, there's no balance sheet to crypto. There's no financial statements.
Except companies like Ripple that have real balance sheets, real utility, can fix the liquidity crisis.
Single crime you can conceive of is easier to do now because of crypto, especially.
And it's easier to do it because of crypto because you can track everything. That makes a lot of sense, sir. Like, you can track everything. Fiat, interesting. We can pass cash back and forth and nobody knows.
Actually, ransomware, human sex trafficking, sanctions evasion, money laundering. North Korea is financing their nuclear weapons program using crypto.
Every crime you can think of is exponentially easier because of crypto. Here to discuss, Zeke Fox, investigative reporter for Bloomberg Businessweek and Bloomberg News. He is the author of Number Go Up, Inside Crypto's Wild Rise and Staggering Fall. Dan Nathan's still with us. I don't even want to say this would be the biggest bailout to crypto ever, because they don't need a bailout. They're not in trouble. This would be the biggest bonus boon right there before.
America's in trouble, ma'am. We have more debt than we have income. Your salary is my debt. Your debt is my salary.
For our eyes, transferring billions of dollars to an industry we know almost nothing about, that's packed with money laundering and bad deeds.
I mean, it's wild. People are mad right now about the health insurance industry's profits. It's $100 billion. That's a couple of years of the entire industry's profits that would be spent buying Bitcoins from people who already have them. And it is a kind of a bailout. I mean, Bitcoin's been around for 15 years. It hasn't delivered on any of its promises. It's as old as Uber, as old as WhatsApp, but nobody's really using it for anything. Now, they've given Trump a lot of money. They've got him talking about coming in and having the government spend huge money to pump the price up even further.
It's because people knew right away that it is not a mechanism for settlement. It is a mechanism as a store of value. That's why 94% of the supply is gone. 6% is left. That's it. It's only going to be mine for 116 years. And sir, only 80% of the 80% of supply is not moved. So whoever is holding this, MSCNBC, whoever's holding this, knows something that we don't know. Why would 80% of the supply not move?
Further. Yeah, it's really wild.
Well, it has delivered on something. It's a trading vessel for people who have made a ton of money and lost, but who've made.
Well, it's delivered on one important thing. It is a store of value, not too different than gold, right? So it's up 30,000% in the last 10 years. There's very few other assets on the planet who've done that. Maybe NVIDIA, they're the ones that make the high-end GPUs that power generative AI. So when I think about what's going on here, it's a $2 trillion market cap. It's not going away. And if you think about why it's gone up of late, is because of the promise of deregulation, the leaning in. And I'll just say this, if you think MAGA movement is a strong political movement, this is like one of the strongest financial religious movements that I've ever seen as long as I've been in the business for nearly 30 years. So it's here to stay, and maybe some new regulation will kind of help. And the last thing I'll just say, Zeke, when you think about this, I know you did a lot of work on this. Some of the smartest people that I know in finance and in tech believe in this. And they believe in the technology that's underlying it.
Okay,
it doesn't mean that the government.
Okay, that's my point. Two things can be true.
Yeah.
There could be real value in it. There could be a real business there. But that doesn't mean that there needs to be a government program transferring $100 billion to it.
So what are you going to do? You're going to take advice from the economic advisor for Biden, who doesn't even know how the bond markets work?
When we talk about smart people being into Bitcoin, is it because they think Bitcoin is like the technology that's going to power the future? Or is it because they were smart enough to realize there are a lot of people who are going to get on the train, feel the FOMO, and buy in? I mean, if you were able to predict
They're
that.
smart enough to realize that the dollar has collapsed 97% since the Federal Reserve was created in 1913, that we need something different. That's why people are moving to gold. That's why people are moving to Bitcoin. That's why people are moving to deflationary assets.
More power to you. But I don't think the government should be in that business.
Well, I mean, there's no different than people investing in stocks or other illiquid assets. There really isn't. I mean, if people believe. Hold
on a minute. Beneath that stock are companies that sell products that you can. Okay, ready? Let's give you the Hawk to a Girl example. Okay, a drunk girl outside a bar who becomes famous for a lewd comment. More power to her. Okay, she then launches a coin, is dishonest publicly about action around that coin, the value sinks, and now all these Bitcoin investors want this. If that isn't like peak subprime, it makes me think I'm watching. It makes me think
it's unregulated. So that's the point. Why has it just gone from 50,000 to 100,000? All these folks believe that there's going to be a regulatory framework put in place that will really be the sort of thing that will let that sort of innovation come out. I mean, I don't own it. I'm not making like the strongest case for it right now, but I understand why people own it and where they think.
Okay, I want you to think about what she just said, right? She's like, she brings up the Hawk 2 girl. But you guys, these media stations, 60 Minutes just did a hit piece, just like the SEC did a hit piece on the most well-run crypto company in the world that has the opposite of what she just said. It's a real company, real leadership team, real board of directors, real capital. Okay. It's a real company solving a real problem all over the world. This is an absolute clown show. I'm sorry, but it's a clown show, man. This is wild. This is the problem. This is what they do. They're just parroting information that's sent into these news stations, and they're not. That's why decentralized journalism and these types of stations, or whatever you want to call this, channels that we're doing, are getting more than most media stations. I mean, on our platform alone, across TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, did I say Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, we're getting about anywhere from, on average, well, it's been a lot lately since crypto hit, 700,000 to 1 million views a day. We're getting about 30 million views a month on our channels. Think about that for just a moment. So when you listen to that, what did that feel like? Did that feel like she's speaking truth? She just, yelling to get attention and stuff like that. And then here we are, we got President-elect Donald Trump ringing the bell. And he just clowns. To me, right here, he's just clowning Jim Cramer, who's just all over the place with crypto.
You're embracing crypto, very different from the previous administration. Strategic Petroleum Reserve like for crypto?
Yeah, I think so. We're going to do something great with crypto because we don't want China or anybody else, not just China, but others are embracing it, and we want to be the head. We're going to be ahead of AI. We're going to be way ahead of AI, and we've got to produce tremendous amounts of electricity. You know that it's unbelievable when you think that we need more than twice what we already have. If you think that's pretty for a specific industry, but we'll be able to do it. We have Lee Zeldin in charge of the environment. He's going to be giving us very strong approvals, I think, and he's going to make sure everything's good and clean and proper, but he's going to give us very fast approvals.
Natural
Okay.
gas.
He's giving you the hint right there. They're going to give us fast approvals. He's building this all out to bring Bitcoin mining to America. We are going to be the crypto capital of the world. So this is where you have to decide who you're going to listen to, and how do you decide? It's not even like I used to say all the time, like, don't trust a word I say. Okay. Do your own research. Trust your own discernment, right? Some people like my information and some people don't. That's okay. That's what we want. We want us going, that CNBC lady sounds like she's just getting excited, trying to get people hyped up. And then everybody sitting at home watching the television is like, oh, you see? And then you're going to be at Christmas and they're going to be like, oh, yeah, I saw on CNBC, they said it's a fraud. And it's like, just take a deep breath. Is it wise counsel? I do that with everything in my life. Whoever I interact with, who I communicate with, who I do business with, I sit back and I look at the fruits. That allows me to measure the roots. Is it wise counsel? If it's not wise counsel and I can't measure the fruits, you can't see the fruits, and it's just words, I ain't taking advice from the person. And nor should you take advice from me or anybody else if you can't see the fruits. Number one, look for consistency. Look if you can measure a man or a woman's consistency. If they're consistent, you can go back in their content and all their things, and you can measure if they're doing exactly what they say. Consistency is key. Discipline is key. Number two, look at the fruits. Look at what they're producing. Look at their ecosystems. Very important. So if you look at CNBC and all these news stations, they're all falling apart, man. They're all falling apart. It's lack of authenticity. That's what it is. And anybody who's operating in lack of authenticity is going to get called out. It's just the era that we're in. So it's important to take a deep breath and understand you have about 6 years to really take advantage of this. Now we're in the bull run right now, right? It hasn't even got remotely exciting. I mean, everybody saw the nice little pump as we went into November and then into December, and everybody panicked because it pulled down. If you can't handle those ups and downs, this is not the right industry for you. It's going to pump and then it's going to cool off. It's going to pump. Somebody you're going to buy the top. If you buy the top and you believe in what you're investing in, write it down and buy more, bring your dollar cost average down, and then ride the bear market. Bull run number one is education, bumps and bruises, learning the systems, learning the process, building your foundation. Bull run number two is wealth, and bull run number three is generational wealth. So by bull run number three or bull run number two, you should focus on getting all your personal debts paid off and making sure your family is secured, learning how to stop trading time for money and using money to free up time. That's the bull run that we're in. First one was built our ecosystem. We built we call it our foundation, our kingdom. We put a moat around our kingdom. We built all these buckets that we're here to fill. Now we're filling those buckets. This bull run is about using money to free up time. Okay. Then we use all the cash generating assets to repeat the cycle in bull run number, bear market number, that'd be going into the bear market. And then bull run number 3 is generational wealth for generations to come. So I hope this helps to keep you guys calm. The stoicism, I highly recommend you read books like Marcus Aurelius, Meditations, Miramata Musashi, The Five Rings. This is all about stoicism. Okay. This is the greatest time in human history, and it's the greatest time to get your shit together. So I want to put a huge warning out for you guys. I will never proactively DM you. I do not invest people's crypto. I do not have a crypto trading platform. That is not me on Telegram. That's not me on WhatsApp. I'll never proactively DM you. We'll answer messages, but I'll never proactively DM you. I'll never ask about your crypto, ever. You'll never send my team directly. Never send anybody money pretending to be me crypto. The QFS accounts are a scam. Be very, very careful. Okay, I put this on every single video. There's thousands of people faking my profile. Social media platforms don't do anything about it. We report them. Most of them block me. So not much we can do about it other than not do the channel, right? So we're doing the best we can to warn everybody. What I do have for you is resources, because we get hundreds of messages. So I use cash value life insurance to protect my profits. I pull profits off the table. I don't store my cash in a bank. I use it to transact. I pull it down and I do what banks do with our money. They make interest income, fee income, and capital markets income. I pull it down. I insure my family and I insure my money. So I can leverage against it tax-free. I can get compound interest every 7 years at 10%, money doubles, right? And then also my principal is protected. So when the capital markets come collapsing down, my principal is insured. And then it fits right into my Rockefeller waterfall system for generation to generation. So if you need any support with that, what I do may not work for you. So I created what's called a needs assessment. So in the description of this video, you'll see a needs assessment. Fill that out as detailed as possible, or on my social media platform, click the little hyperlink, okay? When you fill that out, they will text you, they will call you, they will email you. Know that you will never send my team member money directly. We do not get paid by the client. Okay, very important. On the other side, I have my Coach JV Academy, my revolutionary 120-day challenge. I've helped 9,000 people get their shit together. My 120-day challenge will absolutely change your life. Community, Q&A calls, market calls, and my 120-day challenge to put your blinders on over the next 4 months, and you'll be shocked in what will happen if you lock in, dial in for the next 4 months in the 120-day challenge. We rise together. So that's in my description as well. I love you guys. Have a great day. Warriors, rise. Get your shit together. Love you.